Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a story time that you guys requested, and it's the story time of my most embarrassing moments. And I honestly don't really get embarrassed, or it takes a lot for me to get embarrassed. And so I kind of struggled with it, so I had to ask some friends like, hey, do you guys remember any embarrassing moments? And of course, my friend Karen, she always has my back. Like, she was like, Reyna, so you've done this, this, and this, but I'm only gonna share with y'all two things. And it's and one of them isn't really that embarrassing, but it was pretty embarrassing for me at the moment. And the second one was really embarrassing. So if you guys want to know what my two most embarrassing moments were, just please keep on watching. Alright, you guys, so my first most embarrassing moment took place, I believe it was like 2 years ago. It was like 2 years ago. And at that time, I was still living with my mom, and my friend was living with us, Karen. You guys have heard me talk about her in previous videos. I will link that video down below so you guys can get a feel of me and Karen. So my mom would normally put me and Karen to go do laundry because our apartments didn't have or they did have a laundromat, but Karen and I would go to another laundromat. And so Karen and I came up with this little strategy, I guess, where we will get all the clothes ready on Friday night, and then that same night on Friday we will put them all in her car and then go wash early Saturday morning. So we got all the stuff ready, you know. So we told our mom, like, hey, you know, we're gonna go put the stuff in the car and we'll be right back. And she was like, oh, okay, you know. And at that time, Karen had a rental car because somebody totaled her car. And so the insurance gave her a rental car. And, okay, that was the first night she had the rental car. So we were still pretty much getting used to it. And then, you know, you guys keep in mind that it was really dark. And I really didn't know where or what car it was, you know. So Karen just pretty much just described it like, all right, it's the really dark blue Nissan that's there. And I mean, the parking lot had a lot of cars. And she was like, okay, well, I opened it. Well, she opened it with the little remote, and she was pretty far, and I was like, oh, okay. So I found the car, and I started putting the stuff in there, and Karen and I started putting the stuff in there. And then when we went up to get the last load, we tried to open up the trunk so that everything can fit. And you guys, the trunk didn't open. And I was like, huh. Like, Karen and I were already in the car, and we were like, oh. And then we did it with the little remote again, and we saw another trunk open, and I was like, Karen and I just stayed there looking at each other like, what did we just do? Like, did we seriously put our laundry in another person's car? And I was like, you guys, I straight up put the laundry in another person's car, and Karen and I busted out laughing like we didn't know what to do. Or, I mean, obviously the thing that we would have done is taken the laundry out, but at this point we were already outside of the car, and we were like, what if somebody, I was like, what if somebody sees us? Like, what if somebody sees us and thinks we're stealing from the car? And I mean, we're not. It's our clothes in a different car. And I was like, oh my god. So we were literally outside panicking for like what was to be like 10 to 15 minutes just thinking, I was like, how are we gonna do this, because cars kept passing by. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I mean, we didn't know the owner of the car or anything, so we went to go tell my mom, like, Mom, what do we do? And yeah, my mom was just like, oh my god. Like, my mom always expects things like that from us because we're always getting into random situations like that. I don't know how we ended up getting into that random situation. So my mom was just like, just take the stuff out of the car. If anybody asks questions, just be like, oh, we had messed up the car, and you know, we put it in the wrong car. And so my mom, she was just like, you know, just do that. And I was like, okay. So we just like rushed down and got everything out the car. This time we actually got the right car, and we just put everything in there, and like we just went home, and we're like, we're never gonna talk about this ever again. But then here I am talking about it, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. So that was the time that we put our dirty laundry in another person's car by accident. I don't even know how that happens, guys. Like, I don't know. I still blame Karen because she didn't tell me exactly what car it was. Alright, you guys. So, my second most embarrassing moment. Alright, you guys. So, this is pretty embarrassing, and I hope the person that I'm talking about isn't watching this video, because that would be pretty weird. But yeah. So my sister-in-law and I normally go to Walmart like from 1 to 2 in the morning, just because we don't like to run into people, you know. So yeah, that's like around the time that we go to Walmart. And one time that we went to Walmart, we were like, okay, so who's gonna see me at 1 to 2 in the morning, right? So what I was just wearing like a super baggy shirt and some sweatpants. So I was looking, you know, a little ratchet. but like, you know, like we didn't think we were gonna see anybody. And usually my sister-in-law and I go to the makeup section, and we just like look and browse there, and then after that we go and get our groceries. So like walking towards we were like walking by the doors, and I was just telling my sister-in-law, hey, you know what's so weird? That I've never ran into he who shall not be named. You know what? Let's just call him Blueberry. You know, we'll just call him that. And so I was like, you know, I've been so lucky enough that I've never ran into Blueberry in public. And she was like, you know what? You're right. You haven't. And Blueberry is just someone that I don't want to be reminded of. But, yeah. Like, as soon as I said that, we were walking past the doors, like, from the entrance. And then, guess who I saw? Yeah.
It was Blueberry.
Like, my sister-in-law and I were like by an aisle, and I just happened to see him, and I was like, Johnny, and I like grabbed her, and like we ran into an aisle, and I was like,
oh my god,
like I can't let him see me like this, you know. And I was just like, like, no, we're gonna hide until he leaves. So we pretty much just like hid until he left. So when we thought he had left, I was like, all right, you know, let's go get our stuff and let's leave. And little did I know he hadn't left. So we thought he had left, and so we went to go like do our thing, and then we saw him again, and I was like, oh my god. So he was in self-checkout, and we went into a line, and from where the line was, I can see him like over it, you know? And I mean, if we see him, he can see us. So I was like ducked, and Jadi and my sister-in-law was like just standing there, you know, normal. And I guess he felt that somebody was looking at him, so he like turned and he saw my sister-in-law. Cause I was just like, oh man. And I ducked when I saw him turn. But my sister-in-law didn't duck, so she got seen. So she was seen, and he said hi to her, and she said hi back. But like the good thing is that he didn't like come over and talk to her, cause then he would have seen me, and I was just like, oh my god. Like that was honestly the most embarrassing moment. Like I did not think that I would ever run into him, because I just don't want to ever see him again. You know, it's just. But yeah, you guys. So I know like those stories are like pretty silly and stuff like that, but honestly, those to me were pretty embarrassing. And like I said, it really doesn't take a lot for me to get really, really, really embarrassed, because I honestly can laugh at myself, you know, but. Those times, you guys, it was so funny. Like my sister-in-law and I we're never gonna ever talk about this again. And then last night I was like, Jody, should I tell it or not? He's like, yeah, tell it, but just don't say the name, we don't want him knowing. But yeah, you guys, it was so funny, and I really hope he's not watching this, or any of his family members watching this, because that's gonna be weird. But yeah, you guys, that was pretty much my 2 most embarrassing stories, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This was from y'all's recommendations. So yeah, you guys, if there are any more videos that you guys want to see from me or see next, please leave me a comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoy these little story times. And if you do, give me more topics to talk about, you know, like, you know, anything pretty much. And yeah, you guys, so I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Thank you, baby. And then, yeah. Blah, blah, blah.